welcome to another episode of Chad's Beer Reviews. I know I said I was going to try to cut back on the ho-hum beer reviews, but how often does Sam Adams put out a new beer? Actually, quite a few times a year, but anyways, this one really kind of caught my eye. This is the new Samuel Adams Black and Brew Coffee Stout. Ale with coffee added, 5.8% ABV. You can read the description if you want. Looks like they use real coffee in here. Alright, I poured it right down the middle of the 𝗕𝗏𝗄𝗎 method. I like that for stouts. It's got a nice, thick, creamy head on there. Surprisingly dark for a Sam Adams beer. Usual stout appearance, just straight up black. Ruby red on the bottom. It smells more like a generic stout than a coffee stout. I mean, I get not that much coffee in here. Maybe like a really, really subtle, like Dunkin' Donuts iced coffee. It's not like ground coffee or like coffee you would make in your house, like a lot of really high-end coffee stouts. Then again, this isn't an Imperial. It's only 5.8 ABV, so I'm thinking they're going for just stout plus coffee instead of the other way around. So we'll find out. Cheers. Like what I said with the nose, there's, stout with maybe a little bit of coffee. Same thing in the taste. I mean, it's all very generic, normal, formulaic stout. Not that that's a bad thing. I'm just expecting a lot more coffee in this, especially since they made a point of saying they use 1.5 pounds of Sumatran coffee per barrel. Yeah, I mean, as a stout, it's fine as a regular, normal old stout. It's playing the same notes all the other ones do. Kind of sweet up front, slightly dairy quality. It's definitely a roasted malt on the back finish, and then you get like a real quick, and I mean real quick, subtle coffee flavor in there. Slightly kind of coffee bitter aftertaste. It's okay. It's a little disappointing because, I mean, they make such a point of saying coffee stout right there on the label, and it doesn't really deliver. I mean, I hardly smell any coffee, and I don't really taste much coffee. I just get like a little bit of like like I said with the nose, kind of like almost like a Dunkin' Donuts type iced coffee, like an overly sweetened. I mean, even though they say they use real coffee in the barrel, it does kind of taste slightly artificial, or just like it's very, very subtle. I mean, it's no 𝗕𝗏𝗄𝗎 𝗕𝗏𝗯 stout or, 𝗕𝗏𝗄𝗎. I mean, but aside from that, it's, unimpressive. I'm not saying it's a bad beer. I'll still give this a thumbs up. In fact, I give this like kind of a generous 7 out of 10. Like I said, I think that is a little generous. Because like if they just took the word coffee out of here and they just said Sam Adams Pub Stout, I would get it, and I'd probably still give it a 7. I want to give this a 6 because it doesn't really live up to the coffee name, but to be fair, I mean it's a perfectly fine, normal kind of pub stout. I mean, it's got that kind of dairy, milky, kind of sweet quality up front. Not overly sweet, not cloying. The back is, finishes with the roasted malt. You get that little subtle coffee flavor right on the finish, and slightly dry, bitter coffee aftertaste. But it's not that bad or anything. And some nice slicing on the glass to kind of cap it off. But when the beer has coffee stout on the label, it needs to deliver way more coffee than this. But it's still a good stout. I would drink this. It's not really rich and sweet enough to be like a dessert beer. It's just more of like a sessionable pub style beer. So 7 out of 10 for Sam Adams Black and Brew. So if you want a good, regular old stout, this is it. If you want a good coffee stout, this is not. So, thanks for watching this episode of Chad's Beer Reviews. I'll see you next time. Cheers.
Somebody brewed it. Chad just reviewed it.
Thanks for watching Chad's Beer Reviews.
Trust me, the next episode will be a lot better.